Eau de Michel here, just stepping on to share some of my iris fragrances. I saw that Chris from the Perfume Nest, she did a video about 6 months back on her iris fragrances, so I thought, that's a note I really like to wear during this time of year. So this one is the Iris Noir Eau de Parfum. This is an Yves Rocher from 2007. Very hard to get now. When I want something like this, I just keep on looking at resellers until I see someone selling it at a price that's reasonable for me. And this one here is an Oriental Floral, Iris, Patchouli, Tonka. I do get a lot of coriander in this one. Ambrette and bergamot are also present. This is the EDP, as I said. They have an EDT, which is brighter with more bergamot, I believe, but I haven't experienced that one. I'm only knowing about this one. Okay, and then, another Yves Rocher. Whether I'll say the name right or not. Or Autour de Minuit. I believe it means around midnight, if I got that right. But this one also an iris. A lot of patchouli I smell. They refer to it as Essential Gourmand. It's from 2019. Chypre Floral or Sensual Gourmand. I think it said Sensual Gourmand on their pack, but in Fragrantica it mentioned the Chypre Floral. But yeah, as I said, 2019 Patchouli, Iris, Italian Mandarin, which I think is what definitely gives it some sweetness and vetiver, and a lot of patchouli. For me, that's what I smell. On Fragrantica, someone referred to it as gray and midnight blue, like if you were to imagine a color. It's a very cozy patchouli, which again, I would agree with that as well. The Yves Rocher description, they wanted you to think of the emotions of a first date and a troubling and profound addiction. Well, they always have to have these little stories to sell the fragrances, but for this one, it is a really nice one. That if you like patchouli and iris, I get both of those in this one here. All right, so my next iris to share. This was another one. It took me a while to get because I do believe it's discontinued. I could be wrong, but I didn't find it easily. Eternity Intense. I'm not really partial to the original Eternity, but this one completely different. It's of course by Calvin Klein, 2016. They refer to it as a floral. Iris and orris root, which I just found out orris is the root of iris. I didn't know that until I started diving deeper into the iris when I was choosing my fragrances here. Vanilla, which gives it some sweetness. Musk. Osmanthus, I do get the osmanthus in this. Sandalwood, rose, watery notes, and bergamot. Some people say it's similar to L'Ange Noir by Givenchy, which Danielle on the Perfume Journal has made me aware of, and I keep looking out for to try to get that one at a reasonable price. This one is people have referred to it as lipsticky, marshmallow, powdery, buttery. I would agree with all of that. It's such a nice fragrance, and if you were like me and not partial to the original Eternity, this is completely different. It's not the same at all. Yana from The Scented, I don't know if anybody watches her, that she made a connection between this one and Maison Margiela Lipstick On. I believe it was called that was discontinued, and I think she said this one smelled similar, or was it Juliet Has a Gun Lipstick Fever? I'm sorry, I can't remember, but very nice fragrance. Okay, so next, I got two here. Again, every time I'm showing, I'm thinking about how I look like a perfume hoarder, but I love these bottles. I got this one first, the EDT, and then when I found out the bottles were being discontinued, this style, I just wanted to get both just for my collection to wear, and also just because they're so beautiful. I love the look of these bottles. And so the EDT came out first over here, the 2006, and then 2 years later, 2008, came out the Insolence Eau de Parfum. By Guerlain. I mean, it's such a unique fragrance. I not smelled a lot of things that were very similar, but some people did find a connection with the Eternity Intense. I do get a little bit of that. I get the similarity with them. I'm wondering if it's the just the sweetness of the vanilla. Well, I don't know. It has vanilla sweetness in the Eternity Intense, but then it also has sandalwood, which they both have as well. But it's just the violet candies. Everybody talks about powdered candy violets from the UK, I believe. Parma violets, that's it. I always want to try and get those for my husband because his family's from the UK, and I thought that would be a fun thing to get. But so anyways, the EDP, this one here, is violet, iris, red berries, which gives it sweetness, I'm sure. Tonka, sandalwood, African orange flower, and wood, where the EDT has violet, raspberry, iris is a little lower on the scale that most people detect, and it's red berries, tonka, resin, musk, rose, and sandalwood, and orange blossom, bergamot, and lemon. Yeah, very much fresher, of course. This one is a little deeper, potent, and as you would think in the eau de toilette, it's just a little fresher with the lemon and the orange blossom. Okay, and sweeter, lighter, airy, musky, more cloud-like, in my opinion. Okay, and next, these I were surprised. Again, I wound up getting first the Label Terrible 2022. Just a small little bottle because I like this style of bottle, and when I would read about the fragrance, it sounded like something I would like. I really wanted the Paradise Garden. I don't know why I wanted that one instead, but maybe just because of the notes. It had the blue lotus. This has the water lily. Anyways, this one's water lily, vanilla, floral, aquatic. I guess that's probably part of it too. They refer to it as being aquatic, and I'm not always partial to the aquatic. But definitely iris there. Quentin, Bisch, Claire Smith, of course you did that video all about him, who I really like a lot of his fragrances too. But and then of course eventually I did get the La Belle Paradise Garden by Jean-Paul Gaultier. The one thing that was kind of interesting is this one here, the La Belle Terrible. It translates to the beautiful, terrible flower, a flower that is both beautiful, alluring, and dangerous. This was what they were explaining, the name behind of it, and they said like a flower can be beautiful but has thorns and can be wild and unpredictable and dangerous. It was also connected to, apparently, the Jean-Paul Gaultier. He was referred to as enfant terrible, meaning the terrible child of fashion. So it was all kind of connected there, trying to come up with a name. So that's where the first one came from. And then they created the next one, which very similar, just as I said, this one is more aquatic. So the rest of them that I have here, they're just, they're still there with the iris. My kids got me this one recently. It's the La Vie Belle Iris Absolue 2023 by Lancôme. Floral, fruity, gourmand. Iris is the top that most people seem to recognize, but it's definitely, it's La Vie Belle. It's gourmand, accord, patchouli, blackcurrant, fig, orange blossom, and jasmine. This one, if you like La Vie Belle, you're going to like this, and it's just a bonus if you like iris. Or if you don't, I guess it would not be a bonus, but this one definitely definitely a nice one to have. I did read some people said that Bath and Body Works has a fragrance called Luminous, which is supposed to be quite similar to this, but yeah, this one just of course iris and patchouli, more powdery than the original. That's what I found with this one. And another one, which it's not as, for me, it's not as iris dominant, but it does list as second that most people pick up, Narciso Rouge Eau de Parfum, Narciso Rodriguez 2018 Floral Woody Musk. So it has musk, iris, rose and tonka, vanilla, cedar, sandalwood, tuberose, orange blossom, vetiver. I pick up a lot of rose and tonka. Of course, they all have that musky from being a floral woody musk from Narciso Rodriguez line, but I really get the rose and tonka. And of course the iris is there too, giving it, I guess that's what helps give it that powdery note. Very nice, creamy, powdery, tonka, velvety. These are all words I was used to describe this one. And the EDT I've not experienced, but it's unlike the EDT because it's more musky and powdery is what I read. Musky, powdery rose, not as thick. It's more sheer, the EDT is, which I'd love to experience one day, but this is just the EDT that I have right now. Okay, and last but not least is the Bulgari Omni Amethyst 2006. I have a few of these little guys. They're so cute. This is the floral woody musk, heliotrope and iris, wood green, rose, pink grapefruit. This one here, I don't pick up the iris quite as strongly. It's more about the heliotrope and the freshness from the pink grapefruit, I feel, and green. So it's like a fresh green, feminine, powdery, clean kind of scent. Yves Rocher has something called it's a lilac mauve. I can't remember how it's called, but people refer to that as being similar. And Chusardi My Name apparently is a similar one to this one, which I should have checked because I do have a sample of that. But the bottles are just so adorable. And this one here I do not have. I don't know if people ever talk about or people do talk about their unicorns that they would love to try to acquire one day, and this is my unicorn. I'll show you here. Is the Isatis Iris. I can find it, but it's always like $300, $400. I haven't been able to find it for any less, so I'm just waiting. Hopefully one day somebody will be selling it. Iris, black currant, violet, tuberose, rose, vanilla, jasmine, patchouli, mandarin, and mandarin orange. It has mixed reviews, but I don't know. I think it would be something that I would enjoy. It's Dominique Ropion, which of course Claire, you did a video all about him as well, and yeah, just really interested in trying. I like the original Isatis quite a bit, so it'd be fun to experience this one with the iris. But anyways, those are my iris fragrances that I wanted to step on and share with you all. So thank you very much for watching. Bye now.